Hey everybody, welcome to the Keto Mom page. My name is Stephanie. Happy Monday if you're watching live. How was your weekend? It is going to be an incredible week. So, as you're tuning in, let's do a fun question. Hey, who's rebooting? We have the reboot going on. As soon as I'm done with this live, I'm going to go to the community Prove It Wide page and I'm going to be coaching on this. So, there's thousands and thousands of people rebooting. I am the reboot coach this morning, so I'll be doing that as soon as we're done here. Anyways, as you're tuning in, I hope you're having a great day. Did you have an incredible weekend? Did you stay more at home? We had a crazy, busy, wonderful weekend. We had a fun event on Friday. We had a fun event on Saturday. We had a birthday party on Sunday. We had a really busy, fun, super fun-filled weekend. Oh, it was great. And we caught up on some sleep this morning, so it's great. Anyways, every morning we dive into this book. And so, except for on the weekends, Monday through Friday, we're on chapter 6. If you're following along, we are on chapter 6, the very beginning. If you're just tuning in, my hope is to give you one thing that you can take with you to go into this week or even just today to think about, to kind of evaluate where you're at on your personal growth journey. That's what this whole book is about, is personal growth. The author talks about how John Maxwell, he says, I truly believe that whatever goals you're going after in life, the number one thing that will change everything or that you need to make sure you're focusing on, and if you don't, you can reach goals, but you're going to slide back after you've accomplished them. The number one goal is personal growth. And if you're not working on your mindset and growing yourself personally, all the other goals either will not be hit or they'll hit and you'll either gain it back or you won't stay there. You haven't created systems and habits. It doesn't matter. Personal growth is key. Good morning. So chapter 6 is about the law of environment. And so he talks about growth thrives in conducive surroundings. The first step towards success is taken when you refuse to be captive of your environment and when you first find yourself. So I'm going to go through part of this chapter. We'll go through the rest of it tomorrow. Good morning. Good morning. So in the very beginning, he says, I believe in some point during every person's lifetime, there comes a need to change environments in order to grow. And so part of growing and personal development and even paying attention to your goals and your dreams and your visions is going, where am I at today? Like physically, what does my environment look like? Am I set up for success or do I set myself up for success? So you might not be able to change the way where you live, right? He talks about, I'll tell you couple things in a second. He actually has a really funny story. But for currently, right now, you're going to pay attention to the environment that you're in and is it allowing you to grow? And if you don't feel like it is, there's some things you can change in order to grow. So he shared a huge story. I'm not going to share all the stories, but he talked about how he went to school. He ends up being a pastor. He got offered an incredible pastoral position, but his dad said, first of all, this isn't right for you. Second of all, if you are the smartest person within your sphere of influence of the people that you're with, you're not in the right environment. So his dad said, I'm so sorry. This is not he sought out counsel. He wasn't going to take the position right away. And he just had some realizations of the environment that he's in. He was young. He was 20. He was the head of his class. He was doing great. But his dad said, if you don't want to grow anymore, that's fine. You can stay there. Or you need to remove yourself from that environment and get around people that have already had more success than you. He was young. You got to take on this lead role. And he just said, I just need you to have an awareness. It's an awareness. If you stay where you're at, you might not grow if you're the cap. He was the top. Does that make sense? So the next page talks about change depends on your choices. I really do love this little spot. I read it to my daughter this morning and she was laughing. He says, you've probably seen the phrase growth equals change. It's possible to change without growing, but it's impossible to grow without changing. One of the keys to making the right changes that allow us to grow is knowing the difference between a problem and a challenge. He says, which I can change. Oh, no, sorry. A problem or a challenge, which I can change. And there's a fact of life, which you cannot change. There's things you can work on and change. There's environments and people that you hang out with that you can change. There's things that you have authority or you have the opportunity to say yes or no to, and there's things that you can't, right? He says, for example, this is really funny. One day, as a teenager, I looked in the mirror and I came to the sudden realization that I was not a handsome guy. He said, in fact, I wasn't handsome at all. He said, and that was a fact of life. I couldn't change my face. What was I going to do? He said, so I made the decision. I would change my attitude about it and I would smile. Did it change my face? No. But what did it do? I smiled, I had a different attitude, and it helped me look better. Reboot live super soon. He says, you must deal with certain facts of life. You cannot change where or when you were born. You cannot change your parents. You cannot change your height or your DNA. But you can change your attitude about all of them. There are things in your environment that you cannot change, right? I physically can't move right now, or I need this job. You can always look for a new job. But there's also a point of the attitude of what you're looking at. So there's things that you cannot change. There's things that you can change, but no matter what, you can have a different outlook on it, which will ultimately could change your environment. It's going to help you with your goals. It's going to help you with your dreams. It's going to help you really stay positive, which is about personal growth. He said a problem is different. A problem is something that you can do something about. It's something that you can grow through. He says, how ironic. It begins with a similar step, a change in attitude. When you change your attitude towards a problem, you open up your opportunities for growth. Whether you are a success or failure in life has little to do with your circumstances and has much to do with your choices. What choices do you need to make so that you are in conducive surroundings where you can thrive and grow? And so what he's going to do, and we're going to do this tomorrow, is he's going to give you different steps of how to assess the environment that you're in. So here he's going to go, okay, here's where you're at. Here's an awareness, right? He's going to talk about assessing that. He's going to talk about, let me make sure. I'm going to do this tomorrow, not right now, because there's a lot to go through. How to change yourself or your environment. He is going to talk about changing who you spend time with. Super important. He's going to talk about changing yourself in your new environment if you choose to take yourself out of where you're at and do something new. Focusing on the moment. And I think those are the key points. So tomorrow we'll go into that. He's going to give you all of the details of an awareness. Where are you at? Where do you need to go? How to ask yourself good questions. Here's the book. So every morning since it's almost been a year, we've been going through a book. My hope is to help you on your mindset to make better choices. My hope is that you have a better mindset to have a different outlook on life, more positive, to understand that you are in control of all of your choices every single day. Oftentimes people are like, listen, I am overweight because of the environment that I was in growing up. I never had anybody teach me what to do, and they blame and shame and justify their whole past. Rightfully so. Like he said, you did not get to choose where you were born. You did not get to choose your parents. But right now, today, you do get to choose where you're going forward. To not focus on the past, but you get to choose environments and friends, and you get to choose your attitude. You choose every day choices of the things you eat, if you go to the gym, if you don't go to the gym, if you read, if you work on your mindset, or if you don't. You as an adult today are in ownership of all of those things and ultimately have a choice of the attitude that you have in making those choices, right? So this is the book. It's super awesome. I would highly recommend. We're on chapter 6. We're continuing to go through the whole book this month, and then we'll get a new book next month, and so on and so forth. So every morning we do a mindset live, and then throughout the rest of the day, this page has different recipes and tips and tricks for you. So enjoy it. Continue to tune into the page. Always ask me questions if you've got questions. Otherwise, I'm going to do a different live in a different group about the reboot. I actually will talk more about this today on the KetoMom page, but if you are curious about a 60-hour reboot or different fasts or ketones, you can always send me a message. Let me know. Post a reboot in the comments, if you want to know about this fun little box. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and we will talk to you very soon. Bye, everybody. Oh, this is the book. Lastly, take a screenshot. There you go. Have a great day.